What's up, it's a Spherical, and welcome back to Northanger Abbey the game. Last we left off, we were going on our second walk with the beautiful Tilney siblings. At least one of whom I want to date, if not both of them. We blew off the John and Isabella, or whatever her name is, and her brother, because they were being complete dicks. So yeah, let's hop back into it. I have heard that something very shocking indeed will soon come out in London. Indeed, and of what nature? That I do not know, nor who is the author. I've only heard that it is to be more horrible than anything we have met with yet. Good heaven, where could you hear of such a thing? Fucking look at Henry over here, just smirking up a storm. A particular friend of mine had an account of it in a letter from London yesterday. It is to be uncommonly dreadful. I shall expect murder and everything of the kind. You speak with astonishing composure, but I hope your friend's accounts have been exaggerated, and if such a design is known beforehand, proper measures will undoubtedly be taken by government to prevent its coming into effect. Government neither desires nor dares to interfere in such matters. There must be murder, and government cares not how much. Shit. Come, shall I make you understand each other, or leave you to puzzle out an explanation as you can? No, I will be noble. I will prove myself a man no less by the generosity of my soul than the clearness of my head. M. Morland, do not mind what he says, but have the goodness to satisfy me as to this dreadful riot. Riot? What riot? My dear Eleanor, the riot is only in your brain. The confusion there is scandalous. M. Morland has been talking of nothing more dreadful than a new publication which is shortly to come out. And you, M. Morland, my stupid sister, has mistaken all your clearest expressions. You talked of expected horrors in London, and instead of instantly conceiving, as any rational creature would have done, that such words could relate only to a circulating library, she immediately pictured to herself the bank attacked, the tower threatened, and the streets of London flowing with blood. That's rude, Henry. Why do you keep calling your sister stupid? That's mean. I mean, he is a brother, I guess, but still. Forgive her stupidity. The fears of the sister have added to the weakness of the woman. But she is by no means a simpleton in general. And now, Henry, that you have made us understand each other, you may as well make M. Morland understand yourself, unless you mean to have them think you intolerably rude to your sister, and a great brute in your opinion of women in general. M. Morland is not used to your odd ways. I shall be most happy to make M. Morland more acquainted with them. No doubt, but that is no explanation of the present. What am I to do? You know what you ought to do. Clear your character handsomely before them. Tell them that you think very highly of the understanding of women. M. Morland, I think very highly of the understanding of all the women in the world, especially any with whom I happen to be in company. That is not enough. Be more serious. M. Morland, no one can think more highly of the understanding of women than I do. In my opinion, nature has given them so much that they never find it necessary to use more than half. See, now you're starting to remind me of my brother. A tongue-in-cheek son of a bitch. We shall get nothing more serious from him now in Morland, but I do assure you that he must be entirely misunderstood, if he can ever appear to say an unjust thing of any woman at all, or an unkind one of me. See, Eleanor is, like, sticking up for you like nothing else. She's sticking up for you like nobody's business. And you're there calling her fucking stupid. I'm sure Mr. Tilney is never wrong about anything, sincerely, or I am sure Mr. Tilney is never wrong about anything. I would expect no better of a man. I feel I can have no intelligent opinion on the matter. I'll be sarcastic back. There we have it. M. Morland thinks I am always right, and so, Eleanor, you are outvoted on any topic where you and I might differ. Yes, it would appear that M. Morland's understanding is quite sound. The walk is delightful, and though it ends too soon, its conclusion is delightful too. Before you part, Miss Tilney petitions for the pleasure of your company to dinner. Oh my god! Your only difficulty is in concealing your pleasure, is what that said. I'm sorry. Hey, Isabella. What's up, you piece of shit? Yes, my dear Spira, it is so indeed. Your penetration has not deceived you. Stop using words like this, please. Yes, my dear Spira, it is so indeed. Your penetration has not deceived you. Oh, that arch eye of yours, it sees through everything. What? Nay, my beloved, sweetest friend, compose yourself. Oh! Jeez. My dear Spira, you alone who know my heart can judge of my present happiness. Your brother is the most charming— Oh, okay. Alright, cool. I only wish I were more worthy of him. Fuck it, Isabella. You can be my sister-in-law. That's cool. My dear Isabella, what do you mean? Can you really be in love with James? In love? Yes, oh, I am in love with my most darling James. But my beloved Spira, he loves me too. He proposed while we were traveling back from Clifton. Aw, that's sweet. You are engaged! Oh, Isabella, how wonderful for you to be my sister. Is it not the most glorious thing? You will be infinitely dearer to me, my Spira, than my own siblings. Jeez, I fucking hope so. Have you seen John? But what will your excellent mother and father say? Oh, heavens, when I think of them, I am so agitated. It is impossible for parents to be more kind or more desirous of their children's happiness. I have no doubt of their consenting immediately. Morland says exactly the same, and yet I dare not expect it. My fortune will be so small, and they can never consent to it. Your brother, who might marry anybody. Indeed, Isabella, you are too humble. The difference of fortune can be nothing to signify. Oh, my sweet Spira, and your generous heart, I know it would signify nothing, but we must not expect such disinterestedness in many. I'm actually kind of surprised that she is being so, like, immediately self-conscious, I guess, and practical. I don't know, maybe I sold her short. As for myself, I am sure I only wish our situations were reversed. Had I the command of millions, were I mistress of the whole world, your brother would be my only choice. Well, I must be off. How shall I sleep a wink? I do not know. I'm glad they're getting engaged. Well, I am here since you made such a point of me coming, but do not insist upon my being very agreeable, for my heart will be some 40 miles off. Oh, Isabella, if you did not wish to come, I would never have insisted. Nay, I can refuse you nothing. But as for dancing, do not mention it, I beg. That is quite out of the question. Of course. If I had only known you did not wish to come. If you didn't want to come, why'd you show up? You know me, dear Spira. I'd never complain. Okay. Oh, but who is that with Mr. Tilney? Who the fuck is that? What's up, sideburns? Frederick, would you like me to find you a partner? Henry, do not make me laugh, and you know I hate to dance. That must be his elder brother, Captain Tilney. Oh, okay. So he has two siblings. Sideburns. Oh no, Spira, they are looking at us. I do hope they do not ask us to dance. I shall hide by the punch bowl. They shall never find me there. Morland, may I ask, would Miss Thorpe be willing to dance with my brother, Captain Tilney? He has sent me on his behalf. Wow, look how annoyed he looks. I mean, I don't blame him. Mr. Tilney does not look very happy about being so sent. I'm sorry, but Isabella does not mean to dance tonight. How kind of him to ask, or I suppose he must think her very pretty. I guess in this situation it's kind of him to ask, but he did so indirectly through his brother who didn't want to do it. I guess he thinks she's pretty smokin'. For I heard him say before that he hated dancing. Oh yeah, he did also say that. My brother says a lot of things. Oh, but they are dancing, and when both had said so distinctly that they would not. Isabella? And did Isabella never change her mind before? I suppose. As for my brother, his conduct has been no more than I believed him equal to. The fairness of your friend was an open attraction. Her firmness, you know, could only be understood by yourself. You were laughing, but I assure you, Isabella is very firm in general. Well then, that is as much as should be said of anyone. To be always firm is to be often obstinate. Oh, Spira, at last I am free. Isabella, how is it that you chose to dance when you were so set against it? I do not wonder at your surprise, and I am really fatigued to death. He is such a rattle. Amusing enough if my mind had been disengaged, but I would have given the world to sit still. Then why didn't you? I refused him for as long as I possibly could, but he would take no denial. So he's a fuckboy, basically. After aspiring to my hand, there was nobody else in the room he could bear to think of, and it was not that he merely wanted to dance, he wanted to be with me. Oh, such nonsense. I do so hate fine compliments, but I found there would be no peace if I did not stand up, and then being such a smart young fellow, I saw every eye was upon us. He is interesting looking. Handsome, yes, I suppose some might call him that. Sideburns McGee. Isabella! Mrs. Thorpe, what news? The faces are so grim you worry it can be nothing good. I have had a letter from James. Your parents accept. He is to have a living of £400 a year when he is old enough to take it. They accept? Oh, and what a generous offer! What joy! You know nothing about money, but you assume that if your father gave it, it must be generous. It's not generous, is it? It is very charming indeed. Oh, I only wish I could do as much. One could not expect more from him, you know. 400 is but a small income to begin on indeed, but your wishes are moderate. You do not consider how little you will want, my dear. Okay, so it is... I have no idea how much money that translates to in today's dollar, I don't know. It is not on my own account I wish for more, but I cannot bear to be the means of injuring my dear Morland. For myself it is nothing. I never think of myself. I know you never do, my dear, and you will always find your reward in the affection it makes everybody feel for you. I dare say when Mr. Morland sees you, but do not let us distress our dear Spira by talking of such things. Nobody can think better of Mr. Morland than I do, I am sure, but everybody has their failing, you know, and everybody has a right to do what they like with their own money. I'm sure that my father has promised as much as he can afford. My sweet Spira, you know me well enough to be sure that it is not the want of more money that makes me just at present a little out of spirits. I hate money. Okay. If our union could take place now upon only £50 a year, I should not have a wish unsatisfied. There's the sting. The long, long, endless 2 years and a half that are to pass before your brother can hold the living. How old is my brother? How old are they? It's 2.5 years until he's of age. How old is my brother? Okay. Right. Okay. Anyway. Yes, my darling Isabella, we perfectly see into your heart, and everybody must love you the better for such a noble, honest affection. Such news, Miss Tilney. Mrs. Eleanor says we are to stay in Bath another 3 weeks. Alas, my dear M. Morland, that I could give similar tidings. But my father has determined upon quitting Bath by the end of another week. No, Eleanor! I want to date you! You're so pretty! You're so pretty and intelligent and kind and god damn it. By the end of another week? Yes, my father can seldom be prevailed on to give the waters that what I think a fair trial. He has been disappointed of some friends' arrival whom he expected to meet here, and as he is now pretty well, is in a hurry to get home. I'm very sorry for it. As am I. Perhaps you would be so good. Might we enter into a correspondence? Yes! Isabella's eyes are continually bent towards one door or the other, as in eager expectation. Do not be uneasy, Isabella. James will soon be here. Do not think me such a simpleton to be always wanting to confine him to my elbow. It would be hideous to be always together. We should be the jest of the place. But then who are you looking for? Are your sisters coming? I am not looking for anybody. One's eyes must be somewhere, and you know what a foolish trick I have of fixing mine where my thoughts are 100 miles off? Okay. I'm amazingly absent. I believe I am the most absent creature in the world. Tilney says it is always the case with minds of a certain stamp. But I thought, Isabella, you had something in particular to tell me. Oh, yes, I have just had a letter from John. He spoke of you, of course. I'm so happy that the two of you are friends. What? Oh, no. Ah, here he comes! Never mind, he will not see us, I am sure. What's going on? Captain Tilney takes the seat to which Isabella's movements invite him, and speaks to her in a low whisper. What? To always to be watched, in person or by proxy? Nonsense! Why do you put such things into my head? If I could believe it, my spirit, you know, is pretty independent. I wish your heart were independent. That would be enough for me. Okay, stop being creepy. My heart, indeed. What can you have to do with hearts? You men have none of you any hearts. If we have not hearts, we have eyes, and they give us torment enough. Ew. 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 Why is it that, like, Henry and Eleanor are so... Well, Henry's a bit of a douche. Eleanor is a wonderful, beautiful creature. Captain Tilney is a piece of shit. Why this? Do they? I'm sorry for it. I'm sorry they find anything so disagreeable in me. I will look another way if I hope this pleases you. I'm appreciating the sass, though. I hope your eyes are not tormented now. Never more so, for the edge of a blooming cheek is still in view. At once too much and too little. Ugh. I feel so gross voicing this guy. It's like it's not even the boisterous bullshit of John. This guy is just straight up creepy. They're not even trying to hide their flirting from you. So she's doing it on purpose then. Is it because he's older and he would have a living and income sooner? Is that what this is? Because Jesus, fuck, that's shallow. I can call her out on it. I can call I can call Isabella away and then, like, chastise her in private, probably. I can call them out on it publicly. I can say that they're charming, or I can do nothing. She is engaged to my brother. My brother really feels for her. I don't think Captain Tilney knows that. I think he's just being a dick. So, yelling at him is probably not going to do anything, but I don't want to dismiss it. So, let's... Oh, but I am so tired. It is odious to walk around the pump room. You must excuse me. I shall stay here. Isabella, surely. Spira, it is time to go home. Yes, Mrs. Allen. You wonder what they will do while you're gone. It seems clear to you that Captain Tilney has formed an attachment to Isabella. What is Isabella about, encouraging his attentions like that? Oh, it's the end of the demo! Okay, so my final stats, I had 16 confidence, 4 goodness points. I was not a very good person, apparently. I was still in the positive, though. 8 wisdom points. So I was very confident, kind of intelligent, and kind of morally gray. 22 Henry points, 37 Eleanor points, negative 17 John points, negative 17, and then 12 Isabella points. You are about to spend the rest of your trip in Bath and hang out with a mystery love interest I haven't written yet. You also might be able to romance Henry or Eleanor, though in a different way to plot of the novel, and then live happily ever after. Okay, made using Ren'Py and Manga Studio. Most of the art is heavily based on period images. I did notice that in a lot of the costuming and stuff, and obviously the backgrounds. This is so gorgeous. Huge thanks to Alice for help with character design and lots of other suggestions and bug fixes. If you're interested in more Spiral Atlas games, sqbr.itch.io, I will go ahead and put that in the description as well as the previous videos if I haven't already. I think I already have that Tumblr down there too. Please message me if you find any errors or have suggestions or other reactions. Current plans for this section of the game: neaten sprites, fill in all the dialogue currently marked ? Add expression changes, backgrounds, and adding music. Thanks for playing. Alright, guys, that was Northanger Abbey the game, the demo. This was really cool. I really appreciated what they have here so far. It was enough for 3 videos and it's just a demo. So, I have been told by the developer that they are still working on this, so best of luck to that. If they finish this and I know about it, I might make a continuation, finish the game, finish a couple routes. At least Eleanor, because I really want to finish Eleanor's route because she's a beautiful human. And figure out what the fuck is going on with Isabella. I mean, if I even want to know. I don't know if I want to know at this point. For the sake of my brother. Because, goddammit, you're gonna become the fiance of my brother, and do we at least get to, like, warn him? I mean, unless it's not what it seems, and it could very well not be what it seems. And I don't know, but if it is what it seems, I feel like we should be able to tell our brother and fucking get him out of there, because that's bullshit. Jeez. But anyway, yeah. This one's a little bit shorter than the others, but thanks you guys so much for watching and for checking me out. I will leave all the same links in the description as before, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.